Today, I'm so excited to have with me Kimberly and also Maresha, who are a part of the hot food program and also the Ambergris Caye COVID Cookbook relief book. I'm going to let them describe all of those things. I've got all tongue-tied with all my technophobia. So what I'd love to do is if you ladies wouldn't mind introducing yourselves and telling us a little bit about who you are, why you chose San Pedro as your home rather than anywhere else in Belize, and just a little bit about you, really. Do you want to start off, Maresha?
Right, awesome. Hi, everybody. My name's Maresha Reid. Born Belizean. Was raised up in Corrigan, a very quiet town, first district of Belize, borders of Mexico. I moved on the island when I was 12 years old, where I attended high school, my first summer job as well. That's where my work ethic came from, on the island, moving about. So, yes, I've been living here for about 18 years. I own 2 restaurants, namely Pirates Treasure Restaurant and Pirates at Secret Beach, which is one of the most popular tourist destinations on the island. We specialize in the lionfish here in Belize. I'm sure you guys have heard about the invasive lionfish that we all want to get rid of. So that's what we specialize in. I do a chef's table on the island where I cook in front of people. And I'm sorry. Yes, apart from the chef's table, for Pirates Treasure, we've been open since 2012. At Secret Beach, we've been open since 2016. Before all that, I used to be a private chef, so that's where the restaurant fell into. And apart from that, that's me.
You do so much. That's amazing. So 2 restaurants. And
yes, 2 restaurants. I stay very busy.
Yeah, I did one for a very short time, and it was short-lived. You definitely need to be very thick-skinned and roll with the punches. And yeah, I had some great people with me, but I just didn't have the staying power for that business. So I commend you with all of that. It's fantastic. Thank you for joining us today. And
You're welcome.
Kimberly, tell us a little bit about you and how you arrived in San Pedro and to call your home and your journey.
10 years ago, my husband and I came to Ambergris Caye. We had been considering where we wanted to eventually retire outside of the U.S. And came to Ambergris Caye and instantly fell in love, ended our search. We're like, this is it. This is home. The people, the beaches, and the food, like Maresha's food. There's just nothing not to love about Ambergris. So we bought some property and had intended to build when we retired. Then our kids grew older and they were both graduating college. So we said, why are we waiting? Our kids are out of the house, and why are we still here? Let's go to paradise. So we made the move a little over a year ago permanently, and never regretted a minute since.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice. And tell us a little bit about you're a publisher and writer.
Yeah, I have a small publishing company called Cypress Canyon Publishing. We primarily work with fiction, but have done some nonfiction books as well. And so that's kind of how that book kind of came around. That's my specialty is writing and publishing.
Wow. And it certainly came in handy, your wonderful cooking skills and then the love for food and publishing. So one of the reasons that I invited the ladies to come along is because COVID has hit us all hard. Throughout the world, it's still rife. And it was about March that we actually had our first. It was
23rd, we went on lockdown.
Was it 23rd we went on lockdown here? And
yes.
We've done very well. The country itself did very well. We did lock down. I always think that it was fantastic that it came to San Pedro first, because they're like, oh, those guys, shut them off from the rest of the country and give them really harsh rules. And they did, which was fantastic. It protected us, and then it set a standard.
And it paid off, right?
Absolutely it did, yeah. So we only had 18 cases, but we did shut our airports and borders, and tourism is huge here. So we found that there were people that weren't able to sustain themselves. So some great organizations popped up, and Maresha was the first one to see the need of actually, some people don't have the capability of being able to even cook food. You know, we eat out here, and we weren't allowed to eat out, and they didn't have the funds to buy anymore. So Maresha jumped in and started cooking just for a few people that she had a few pennies for, set up a bit of a GoFundMe, and all of a sudden we have the hot food program. So tell us a little bit about your version. I mean, that's mine looking on. I've just seen you doing lots. So your version of how it happened and how it moved forward with you, Maresha, from the start.
So, initially, you know, I expected a lockdown at some point, or some sort of, you know, the virus is going to get here. So for me, it was when the cruise ship started, you know, stop coming to Belize. That was like an eye opener. So I was already preparing from before, you know, I was telling my staff, you know, you guys better save your money. We got to be prepared for this. Once the initial lockdown came in, I was like, you know, all the workers here stuck on the island, even, you know, including my staff who I had to lay off, you know, not by choice. So I knew it was going to affect us in a longer term. And I love to cook. I love to stay busy. I can't just sit at home for too long. So like 1 or 2 days, and then I'm like, you know what? Why don't we start a feeding program? You know, as a businesswoman, you know, I said, no, I should have a few connections, you know, to get some donations. So I called up all the people I normally do business with. I'm like, hey, you guys want to join in, help me get this started? I initially was going to start with 60 people. By the end of the week, I was already feeding over 100. Then within a few weeks coming up, we hit over 300, and then we stayed with an average of that. And thanks to the community, all the locals that help, my neighbors, all the business sectors, that's what our community is about. So that's how it all started. I kept my workers busy by helping with the feeding program. Are you hearing me?
Oh, yeah.
Are you hearing me?
You just muted me.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's initially how it came about, and we're still doing it. You know, it's getting a little harder with the opening up and everything. Everybody's kind of getting back to normal, but it's still not. There's still a lot of people that's, you know, still not working. Even if they're working, they might be doing a part-time job, you know. So a few meals guaranteed for the week helps people within their budget. You know, people look forward to that. If we're a little late, they're messaging like, hello, is the food coming today?
Oh, that's amazing. So you've fed quite a few people over this time. I mean, it started off with just a once a week, and then you went to twice a week, and now am I correct, you're at 3 times a week? And how many people do you feed?
3 times a week. Monday, when up to date, we're feeding 354 people in a day. So that by 3 times a week. We're close to almost 15,000 plates that we've served so far.
Wow. That is a lot.
And yes, we're reaching this goal here, this amount, because thanks to Mrs. Kim, she's the main person keeping this going right now, you know. Thank you very much, Mrs. Kim.
So initially it started with some donations from the island. People would be donating some chicken, and you get some money and those sorts of things. And is that correct? You have had financial aid from people here and through a GoFundMe page that you originally set up. Is that right?
Yes. Initially, we were asking just for food supply donations. And then once we started getting people who wanted to help, but they couldn't bring this food supplies, that's how we came about with getting the cash donations. Some people will bring by. We had, like I said, people that live on the island. We have local expats. my neighbors, business people. And then after that, we set up the GoFundMe page, which we raised close to 13,000 US.
Wow.
And independently, I would say we raised about 8,000 Belize from people coming by. Some people would stop by, here's $20 towards a feeding program, here's 50, every little bit adds up, along with the food supplies. And now the mainstream, like I mentioned, is Miss Kim over there.
Oh, thank you so much. So for anybody just joining us, my name is Kate Corrigan, and I'm here today with Maresha Reid from the Pirates Treasure and Pirates Not So Secret Beach Bar. Such a long name. And they set up the hot food program. And I'm also here with Kimberly Wylie, who is the author and publisher of the Ambergris Caye COVID Cookbook Relief. I'm sure I get that the wrong way around too. So thank you so much for sharing the story of how the hot food program was born, how many people it's fed, and now Kimberly, tell us your story of how, because I don't think you guys really knew each other very well before the program. How did you get to know each other, and how was the cookbook born? How did it happen?
I met Maresha one time last fall. Friends of ours, Glenn and Lolly, we went to Pirates Treasure and had a drink. And Lolly was like, "Oh, you have to meet Maresha. She is amazing. You have to meet her." And so we said hello and just brief chat. And I was like, but you could tell she's got the most amazing energy, and she's just a bright presence. And I was like, okay, she's pretty cool. I need to friend her on Facebook. So stalked her on Facebook. And then I found out when we closed down, my husband and I were still on island, and found out she was doing the serving lunches to folks. And so I came down and I donated personally some money. And my hope was, because at that time we weren't allowed to be out and about except other to get groceries, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. groceries, that's it, go back home. So my hope was that once it opened a little bit more, maybe I could come down and volunteer or, do something, because I wanted to help. However, we needed to take the repatriation flight back in April, and we came back to the States, and I just was like, I have to do something to help my friends, they're like my island family. For folks that have not been to Ambergris Caye, it's just, I don't think you understand how quickly people become friends, but then those friends just become family. And it's such a close-knit community, and I just needed to do something. And I tossed around a couple of ideas, talked to some people that were still on the island, and bounced some ideas off them. And I just thought, I'm a publisher, I write, do what you do best. So the cookbook was born. I reached out. I had a collection of recipes that eventually someday I wanted to turn into a cookbook. So I had a little bit of a start, not near enough to do a whole cookbook, but I thought, I'm going to reach out to local restaurants, chefs, people on island, and sure enough, they just flooded my inbox with recipes. It was awesome. I even reached out to photographers and said, hey, I need some photos, because obviously time really was of the essence, because people, needed to be fed. And I knew that Maresha had gotten a lot of donations at first, but I also know the nature of disaster relief kind of funds. It's always a flood of donations at first, and then other things happen in the world and people run out of money, and those donations trickle down, and then people are still in need months and months after. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to get this going right away, and found some really great photographers that donated a bunch of photos. Olivera Russo, L. Kelly Jones, my husband, Grant Wylie, who is also an amazing photographer, donated his photos. I threw some of my own photos in there. So we had photos of food from, folks that said, yeah, here's this recipe and here's a great photo. But then we have some gorgeous photos around the island too. And 2 weeks later, 2 weeks of sleepless nights, this book was released, and it was crazy, but we did it, and so far it's been doing pretty well. We've again, at first we had like lots of the same thing. You get a lot of momentum at first, and so we just need to keep the message out there and hope people can start, share, the need in Ambergris Caye is not gone. And even when the airport opens, now we've heard August 15th, chances are tourism's not going to be 100%. So there's still going to be need. So we need to keep it going because people, need to be fed every day.
Yeah. And how many books have been sold?
We have sold about 2,000 copies right now. We've raised a little over 15,000 Belize.
Wow.
So,
you managed to keep costs down. All of the content was donated.
Yeah.
You put all your time in it. It really is just the cost of the physical pages, and the rest of the 100% of the profit goes straight to the food program.
Exactly. 100% of the profit is going to the San Pedro Hot Lunch program. So other than printing and shipping, everything else goes to feed people.
That's amazing. And Maresha, how much does a plate of food generally cost? So for 350 people, how much do you need to know is in the bank account to be able to provide that food?
Initially, we started at $3.50 Belize. Obviously went up just a little because then I had my electricity bill come in. Mm-hmm. So I had to put like a little electricity bill. So roughly about 4 Belize is what we're looking at.
Right.
4 Belize, and that's what they see. It's good now to buy everything wholesale price. We get the chicken. I'm like, hey, I need like 50 cases of chicken, but can you throw in a case for free? It's the hot meal program. So about 4 Belize, it's been going at.
Wow, that's amazing.
Which is 2 US. So if somebody donates 100 Belize, they're feeding. Yes, they're feeding 50 people.
Wow. So that's that's amazing that you managed to stretch that so far. Now
well, we do the staples of Belize. The staples of Belize. We stick with the rice and beans, the coconut rice, our chicken stews, the usual Belizean staple. We eat fairly cheap, right?
Yeah, and it's good.
Very good.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether the island is open or not. I still go for my stewed chicken, rice and beans. El Fogón is my favorite. So I have to try yours, Maresha. I haven't tried your stewed chicken yet. But I absolutely, and it's usually like 8 Belize that you pay in a restaurant, 8 or 12 Belize. So the fact that you can crank those out in those portions to feed so many for just, $4 Belize, $2 US a plate, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're running out of money, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Fortunately, the borders, we do see an end in sight. To some degree, not the borders, but the airport is being open under strict guidelines as to who can come in. But there will be some, we just heard this today, but there will be some visitors coming to the island. And I do know that will impact the hotels, but also they might not be able to move around the town so much. We don't know yet, and you'll have to go to the Government of Belize press office for that release. I don't want to give all my own opinions, but I do know that everybody is resourceful. So if they're not going to be able to come to restaurants, the restaurants will bring it to you wherever you are. So there will be money coming into the country again, and slowly but surely, as we find out how we can deal with the virus, because we haven't had to. There have been isolated cases, only 18 in all these months, and we haven't had anything for over 60 days now. So we need to learn how to deal with this virus and live with it and cope with it in our hospitals. And as we do that, we will start opening up more. So during that time, we're still going to need a lot of help. Especially definitely for the next 6 or 7 weeks. Maresha, we're going to need you to be cooking those dinners until your restaurants are back open again for 3 times.
Yeah.
And So
Yes.
the fact that you can get something wonderful by buying a book from Kimberly and 100% of the profits, or you can donate directly if you'd like to, still through the GoFundMe page, or if you're in country, you can get in touch with Maresha and she has an Atlantic bank account, or you can pass by and give her $20. Or go and buy some, say what do you need and go buy chicken directly if you prefer to do that, or something.
Yes.
Maresha, can you tell us your GoFundMe details? I have put it in the little link for our Facebook right now, and I can send it to anybody that wants it. But can you tell us how people can donate to the program if they want to?
Okay, well, they can go under the GoFundMe page, which is the San Pedro Hot Meals Food Program. That's the link they will find it under. And then my local bank account here in Belize is Atlantic. That would be account number 211-900-754. If anybody wants to donate food supplies, anything in that regards, they can feel free to come over to Pirate's Treasure Restaurant, which is half a mile north of the bridge. We're accepting anything you.
We've lost you a little bit there, Maresha.
We use the poultry, a lot of I'm sorry. Yes, I was saying if anybody wants to donate food supplies directly, they can come over to Pirate's Treasure, which is just a half a mile north of the bridge. We use a lot of poultry, a lot of chicken, a lot of rice, a lot of beans, coconut powder, essentials of spices, oils, to-go plates. Are you there?
We are here. We can hear you. The
Hello?
video is just frozen a little bit. We can hear you though. So any essentials and things. So napkins, plates and fork. We can hear you. We can hear you still.
Hello?
We can hear you. I'm going to mute you for a second, Maresha, and we will come back to you. But Kimberly, tell us about your book and how people can order that if they want to.
Well, the book is available as paperback, hardback, or in ebook format. So, and available around the world. Belize is a little trickier to get to right now, but as soon as those borders open up and we're home, I'm going to be bringing some books. So if you'd like to order and you're in Belize, please do so, and I'm happy to bring it down, and we'll even include a free copy of the ebook for Belizeans to use until the book arrives in country. The book has almost 100 recipes, and about half of them are Belizean recipes, all donated by local restaurants, chefs, residents, amazing recipes. This isn't, you're not going to find like the traditional fundraising cookbook if you're in the States where everybody's got the same recipes in it. These are super cool recipes. And so if you're not able to be in Belize right now and you're looking for like stewed chicken and fried jacks and all that delicious stuff, you need the cookbook so you can make it at home now until you can get back to the islands.
That would be lovely. So I'm distracted. I'm just making sure everybody's watching and listening and making sure that they're online and asking any questions that they have. So if you are online, I do have my wonderful Stevie, who I'm going to bring in here. She is watching the Facebook page. So hopefully if there's any questions and if she's got a watch party going on or anything like that. Stevie, do we have any questions? No. Not as yet, just lots of praise and loveliness coming through to everybody. One of the main things that we've got some people watching as well. So if you are watching and you have any questions, please send them along to us. And I am going to make a little bit of a challenge. I'm a Rotarian. I'm on a bit of a leave of absence for the next couple of weeks until the new year starts. But I actually asked the Rotaracts, the Rotaracts, who are really an influential group of young professionals here on the island. And I'm thinking, if Kimberly, we might be able to have one of your books, maybe we could get the Rotaracts to do a recipe once a week and record it or something and do a little food program.
That'd be fun. That would be awesome.
I'm putting down the gauntlet, setting the challenge, and I will get in touch with them. So Rotaracts, if you are watching, Yacadelis and Kyle and Job and all those wonderful people, you know, I might even help you out with the ingredients if you need help with that, and we can maybe do a little live cookery in your kitchen, and we can see how the recipes can be made, because fried jacks and tortillas are just not my thing.
Yeah. Oh, no. And there's actually like the easiest corn tortilla recipe in the book. Like anybody can make corn tortillas. This recipe is so good and it's so easy. Yeah.
Oh, we seem to have lost Maresha, so hopefully she'll pop back on and see us. But I can see Yacarella, she's popped up saying, oh yeah. So let's get together on that, guys. We've got 6 weeks until 6 to 7 weeks before we start to get a little bit more going in there. So Rotaractors, let's get you on board and see whether we can get somebody that will sign up to do a recipe a week. That would be really fun. Maresha's coming back in, and I did have a couple of questions that were sent to me prior, and as I've been discussing this. Hey Maresha, it's good to have you back. We need you to unmute yourself, love. You need to unmute yourself. Push the little microphone and ask to unmute. There we go. There we are.
All right.
Yes.
You're back.
All right.
You got to get the kids off the Netflix.
Internet in Belize.
Oh, I was just saying we had a couple of questions that have been sent in prior. Okay, what is the plan for the food program while we get back on their feet? I think we covered that, didn't we? You're going to do it for at least 6 or 7 weeks until you have to start focusing on your restaurant again. Is that right?
Yes. I'm hoping we can keep it going.
We're losing your volume again. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we lost you for a second. You're hoping you can keep it going?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm hoping to keep it going. Yes, at least until the airport reopens. Once the airport reopens, then more people should be out and working, For right now, it's just semi-people working. It's not everybody full on board yet.
Goodness. And so how long does it take to prepare these meals? Because it isn't just a case of you turn up, put them in boxes and run them out. How long and how many people does it take to prepare them?
So initially we had about 12 volunteers. At 10 first with myself and my partner, would be 12 of us. And we'd start around 8 o'clock in the morning and we'll be done by 1 o'clock. And then once the volunteers, like I said, some people started working, people started going around making some money, so that we kind of dwindled down our people helping. We're down to about 6 people, but we have it down pat now, so it's not a problem. We're on a tight schedule. We know what to do. Everybody works hand in hand. On the off days that we don't cook, sometimes we will get together and do some prepping, like the cleaning up the chicken and pre-cook certain stuff like the beans that take hours. So in the morning when we get together, it's putting it together. So most of the hard prepping part of it, we try to do on the off days.
Oh my goodness. So it's just like an all week.
The days when we're not cooking. Yeah.
It's like an all week.
Yes,
thing.
It does. It's a lot of time. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. And you said it's about 15 people that help you.
Yes. 12 people. I tried not to keep a lot of people on the property while we're together, because it's a small cooking area we have.
Ah, and how many uni golf carts?
So we're trying to social distance a little.
Yeah, you got to keep everybody safe.
I'm sorry?
You people then deliver it on golf carts for you? Do people come and collect the
Yes,
food?
we initially started with 3 sections. Yes, we have the 3 most vulnerable areas on the island. We were doing the San Mateo area, the San Pedrito area, and the San Juan area, the Boca del Rio. A little bit separate golf carts that would go out and deliver. The same guys are still doing it. And we just run down on a book and we have everybody listed with their cell number. Once the guys leave, they start calling people. We're on our way and people will come out and grab their food. So we take it door to door instead of having people all in one area.
Oh, my goodness. It sounds like a challenging thing. And you know what? I've nearly forgotten. We've got a prize giveaway, haven't we? I've nearly forgotten. We've got to get to the fun stuff. Sorry,
Yeah.
I thought you might be asking for the prize draw stuff. Okay, so we had nearly 80 people that actually either registered for the webinar or they marked that they were going or is interested on the event page, or they signed up on my subscribe to enter. So we have every single name in here. We printed them out from the list and they have people's names all typed in there. My name is taken out. Your names are taken out. Sorry, guys. So what I thought we'd do is Stevie is going to pull it out. But if you want to rustle around in there, Stevie, come on, get in here with me. So she's going to rustle around in here, and then Maresha, when you say stop, she's going to pinch her fingers together and pull out the winner of your $150 voucher for either Pirates Treasure or Pirates Not So Secret Beach. That's $150 Belize. So here we go.
Yep, to come enjoy some delicious food. Keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring. Stop.
Okay, who do we have?
Sandra Canello.
Sandra Canello. Can you see your name on there? You are.
Yes, we can. Sandra Canello.
So if you want to mark that down, we're going to contact you by whichever means you got in contact with us on Facebook or whether it's through the registry. Stevie, do you know Sandra? Is that not Sandra from softball?
No, that's not her.
I don't know. So Sandra Canello, you have just won $150 to go and spend at either Secret Beach, Pirates Not So Secret Beach Bar, or Pirates Treasure. And you can pick that up from, well, we'll get in touch with you, but you can either pick it up from,
Right at Pirates Treasure.
Right at Pirates Treasure. So do get in touch with us and we'll make sure that you have that. I hope you enjoy your day. That's really cool. Oh, we just got a prize. It's just as good giving them, isn't it? All right, so Kimberly, you're up next.
All right.
So she's rustling.
All right, Russell, stir them up and stop.
Okay. Okay. So our next one is Laurie O'Sullivan.
Laurie
O'Sullivan, you are a winner of the COVID Cookbook. You can have it in any form that you like. You will have to let me know which one so that we can purchase it. And the prizes are sponsored by Front Street Keller Williams from us here in San Pedro. And we hope that you love them. So Laurie O'Sullivan, you are the winner of the cookbook. And Sandra Canello, you're the winner of a $150 Belize gift certificate at Pirates, Not So Secret, or Pirates Treasure Bar, one of Maresha's restaurants. So I hope you all enjoy that. Thank you so much for everybody that entered. It's been really, really lovely to have you here. Is there any more questions that anybody might have that we can answer about the hot food program or anything else you ladies would like to say?
Thank you for having me. That's, and thank you for getting the word out.
We can't wait for you to be coming back here, Kimberly, and getting involved with it all. It really, we're missing you. I bumped into Kimberly up at La Belize when I was headed up there to take some pictures of the property. And she's got a wonderful dog who's sleeping at your feet now when we started. Is it still there?
Yes, she is. She's my supervisor.
So I think that's it. I don't see any more questions coming in at the moment. So I do have one question. So when the COVID is over to an extent and Maresha's back in her restaurant, working, employing all her staff and being able to keep going, what happens then to the cookbook and the funds that are raised from that? Does it continue, and where do they go?
Yeah, I'm going to probably keep the cookbook in print afterwards, but after Maresha is no longer serving her delicious meals, I'm going to be splitting any of the profits from the book between Hope Haven and the Elderly and Infant Pantry on the island, because both those organizations continue to help people all year long that are in need. So, and, the most vulnerable populations on the island. So that's where the money will still be going to people in need even afterwards.
That's amazing. Thank you. That is really, really amazing to have something. And I can't wait. I need a copy of the book too. Hopefully we could get a digital copy to those Rotaract and get our taste buds going. Maybe, Maresha, did you put a recipe in there?
Oh, she did.
Yes.
Of course. Of course. I did 2 recipes. Yes. I did a shrimp ceviche because everybody loves ceviche, right?
Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite. And I feel like I'm being healthy and I can be gluttonous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, thank you so very much.
I wanted to say thank you to you as well. And thanks to everybody who has been donated, who keeps donating, who wants to start donating. We're here accepting all donations to keep this program growing. Thank you very much again to Mrs. Kim. I have a whole long list. I'm not even going to start reading down the list because it's very long. So a huge thank you to everybody who is doing this and keep it going. Everybody, I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody that's getting their hot meal appreciates it as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and a big thank you to everybody that contributed a recipe, a photo, everybody that's bought a copy of the cookbook. And even if you're not into cooking or, you don't need a cookbook or you already bought a cookbook, even just sharing information about either, Maresha's program and or the cookbook on your Facebook page and helping get the word out, that in and of itself is a huge help, because that just builds awareness and, helps make sure that, people aren't going to bed hungry. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Belize is an amazing country and they do so much with so little. But for folks that are like not in Belize, like that are in the States, it's hard for them to fathom, there's not stimulus checks going out to everybody. There's not a really good unemployment program for everybody. Some folks get some money, but not nearly enough to really live. And, we've had some serious generosity, like Maresha coming out with the hot food program is amazing. And then we've seen other, communities come together and, donate food, but it's such an ongoing need. It's really important that we keep this awareness out there, that this isn't something that's going to go away until we're back to whatever the new normal is. So even sharing a link, sharing a post, sharing a photo about it, raising awareness, that helps a huge amount.
Yeah. There's nothing more I can say. If you have got the book and you're cooking with it, share a recipe and say how great it is, and share the page where you bought it. You can get it on Amazon, can't you? Where
on Amazon. I prefer you go to Ambergris-Caye-Cookbook.com. Because, obviously you can buy it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart.com, a lot of different places now. However, going through those, then they take a big chunk of the profit out of it. So if you want to get like the most, like literally the only thing that, we don't donate is the actual print cost and the shipping cost. every other penny goes right to Maresha's program. And that's Ambergris-Caye-Cookbook.com.
That's amazing. So buy the book, cook the recipes, share them with us, share them on Maresha's page, on Kimberly's page. You're welcome to share them with me. I would absolutely love it. If you're here and want to cook us a meal, we're there. Go to the, could you remind us again to donate directly to the cause? Where do they find you in GoFundMe, Maresha?
Again, they can go, if you're not in Belize, the GoFundMe page is the easiest way apart from purchasing the cookbook online. So for the GoFundMe, they would look for San Pedro Hot Meal feeding program. They could just look up Maresha Reid if that's a little too long for them to remember on the GoFundMe, and they will find the link. And also they can my local bank account. Let me that number here. That is 211-900-754, and that's Atlantic Bank, which you can make a direct deposit. If you do so, please send me up a message so I can know who's sending me, so I can add you to the list.
That's fantastic. Thank you again, both ladies. So I'm here today with Kimberly Wylie of the Ambergris Caye COVID Cookbook Relief Cookbook. I always get that wrong. And Maresha Reid, who established the hot food program and also the owner of Pirate's Treasure and Pirate's Not So Secret Beach, a beach bar. And my name is Kate Corrigan, and I'm of Keller Williams, Belize, and Front Street right here in Ambergris Caye. And it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you guys today. Please, if you have, remember, $2 or $4 Belize feed somebody, and never think that anything is too little. So if you just have $5, if you just have one, pop it in there. It would be great. You know, if you want to, it really doesn't matter. Even if you can just share and like a post, share a recipe, do it on the page, it would be great to bring awareness. We've got 6 or 7 weeks definitely of where people need this, and we are running out of funds for the program. So please help. You can contact me at kate@frontstreetbelize.com, and you can also check on my website too, which is frontstreetbelize.com as well. And my Facebook page is Kate Corrigan. So any questions, any advice that you might need, and just, you know, if you're looking at coming to Belize, please check the flights. Check the Belize press office for the criteria and protocols that you have to follow. We can't wait to see you and entertain you here. And yeah, just let us know you're coming, and come and be a part of this amazing community. It's what it's all about. If you're looking to live here or vacation, it's the community and the people that really make it. And in times like this, we see it so prominently. Christmas and crisis, we're all Christmas, crisis, celebrations. You know, it's just a wonderful place to be. So we can't wait to welcome you to our shores. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you, ladies. I'm going to sign off now. And
thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Sandra
you.
and
See you guys
Laurie.
in Belize.
We'll be in touch. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.